What are you actually avoiding when you procrastinate? There is this misconception online that when we procrastinate, it has to do with laziness or time management problems. But in reality, it goes way deeper than that. It's more related to emotions and emotional regulation. In a recent article I read, they define procrastination as an unnecessary and voluntary form of delay. All procrastination is delay, but not all delay is procrastination. In a nutshell, we would say that when you procrastinate, you're not avoiding the task itself, but what the task makes you feel. Another misconception that exists when it comes to procrastination is that it always involves a task that's unpleasant or tedious, but in reality it can be any task. Let's talk about the procrastination loop. There's something you want to do, there's something you have to do or want to do, so we're gonna call this the thing. You think about the thing and about doing the thing, and then you think about all the negative emotions that you're going to go through if you do the thing, or all the struggle it's going to be, your fears related, or even consequences, future consequences if you do or don't do the thing. After this, you choose not to do the thing in order to avoid all of that, all the possible scenarios, usually negative scenarios, aka you procrastinate, and then you feel relieved because you're avoiding all that negativity, so you don't have to go through that. You feel relieved. This relief feels like a reward. You're rewarding yourself, and this reward makes you reinforce this behavior, so you procrastinate all over again. If I was to talk about my own experience, I would say that the emotions I encounter the most when I'm procrastinating, after tons of self-awareness, are anxiety, future anxiety, or some people call it anticipated anxiety, fear, frustration, and stress. Now, going back a bit to that misconception of laziness and poor time management skills, I know there's this very popular grinding culture online where some people just push the idea that you just gotta push harder and do your best and do things even if you don't feel like it, and just like it's a lot about pushing through and pushing hard and pushing hard. So it's when people say lock in, grinding season, grinding era, just a lot of productivity. But is it really productivity? For this, I want to address two very important concepts: discipline and self-compassion. When people want to address procrastination, some people just say that, oh, you just gotta be disciplined, like just lock in, be disciplined, and just do the thing. Even if you're not motivated, you've got to be disciplined, and that's it. And then some people have a softer approach to procrastination, and this involves compassion and kindness. But surprisingly, there's two sides of the coin. So there's a negative and positive side to discipline and a negative and positive side to self-compassion. Let's talk about discipline. The negative side of discipline is a shame-driven force. This is what I was talking about earlier, when people just say that you just got to push harder no matter what. I feel like you know what type of energy I'm talking about. This looks like people saying, oh, you just got to get your stuff together, no excuses, discipline always, it doesn't matter if you're motivated or not. And it is true that this could work in the short term because it creates short bits of action, but it's not coming from the right source, because deep down you're thinking, if I don't do this, I'm a failure. This is toxic productivity, and it can lead to burnout. Now, the positive side of discipline, I would call it gentle discipline. This is when, yes, you're not motivated, you don't feel like doing the thing, but you recognize that and you say, you know what, I don't feel like doing this, but I'm gonna try anyway because this is important to me. So you ignore a bit the fact that you're not motivated and you act, but it's a gentle approach. You're not being hard on yourself, forcing yourself into it. I would define this as self-pushing, but without attacking. Now let's move to self-compassion, because I know it sounds crazy, but there is a toxic and negative side to self-compassion too. This is basically false self-compassion. It's just avoidance disguised as kindness. In more modern terms, it's basically gaslighting yourself. You're gaslighting yourself into thinking that you're taking care of yourself, but in reality, you're just avoiding everything. This looks like saying something like, you know what, it's okay, I'll do it later. I'm putting myself first. Yes, this is important, but it's okay, I'll do it later. Basically gaslighting yourself. This just leads to more procrastination because you're not doing the thing, and then in a way you're rewarding yourself because you're thinking that you're taking care of yourself, you're putting yourself first. So in your brain, you're thinking, oh wow, I'm amazing because I am prioritizing my health and I'm prioritizing myself, and it's okay. It is kindness, but it's not being put in the right area. This is basically kindness with no action. Now, the real self-compassion. The keyword I wrote down here is acknowledgement. Listen to this, it's totally different. You know what? This is hard and I'm scared, but I'm going to try anyway because this matters to me. I am scared of doing this, but I'll try anyway because I really want to do this. Or also acknowledging the struggle. This is going to take me a while to learn, but I really want to do this because I really want to get there. I really want to achieve this, or I really want to try this. And this is effective because it reduces overwhelm related to the task. It also reduces the shame. And the most important thing when it comes to this point is that it keeps you moving forward. So even if you commit to bits of something, you keep moving forward. You're not staying still. Because with procrastination, you're not only staying still and staying stuck, but you're also self-criticizing and being hard on yourself for not doing the thing. So it's just a loop that we talked about. Ideally, you would be practicing a lot of gentle discipline and real self-compassion, but I really get why some people choose to approach procrastination with the aggressive, harsh type of actions. I never said that it doesn't work. It does work, but it's more of a short-term solution. It's like a quick fix, and in the long term it can lead to burnout. What can we do about procrastination? The overall strategy when it comes to procrastination has to do with learning to regulate your emotions so that you can approach the task. As I said, procrastination is not about the task itself or avoiding doing the task itself, but about the emotions that you're attaching to the task. I created a tiny anti-procrastination guide. It's what I've been practicing recently. This is the anti-procrastination guide. Number 1, awareness plus name it. You've got to be aware that you're procrastinating. Be brave enough to name it. Be specific and be honest to yourself, be transparent to yourself. And this is very linked to the second point. Number 2, name the emotion you're avoiding. So you can say, I am procrastinating right now. I really want to do this task, but I'm procrastinating because I feel anxiety. Because it's always about asking yourself why, like a couple of times, you know? So you can say, for example, I was procrastinating coming back to YouTube and making videos. So I would say, okay, I really want to make videos again, but I'm procrastinating because I am scared and I'm anxious because what if my videos are not good enough and people don't watch them or they judge me because of the poor quality of my videos? Very specific, very relatable, if you ask me. So it's all about naming it. Name the procrastination, name the emotion that you're avoiding. I feel like expressing and externalizing really does help a lot. It's like a huge step because it's also accepting that you're doing that, that you're procrastinating. Number 3, practice self-compassion. This is what we were talking about. Following that same example, it's very normal for me to feel scared because this really matters to me and I really want to make videos and I care about this because it's important to me. It's okay that I feel scared, but I'm going to try anyway because this matters to me. Number 4, it's a reality check plus reframing. Some key questions to ask yourself in this step is, am I making this bigger or worse than it is? Or what if it's easier? The reasoning behind these questions is that we tend to wrongly or inaccurately predict discomfort, often inflating the struggle or the consequences. With my video editing example, in my head what's going on is that it's going to be so hard to film a video, or it's going to take me the longest time to edit it, and then no one's going to watch it, so I just wasted 3 hours of my life editing and no one's going to watch it. I'm thinking about the struggles and discomfort that I will have to go through if I decide to do the thing. But reality is, I don't know why yet, but we tend to over-intensify this discomfort. We tend to predict that this discomfort is going to be huge and massive, and that's why it's just like finding excuses not to do the thing. So the key here is to do a reality check. Am I making this bigger than it is? Am I making it worse? Am I thinking that it's going to be way worse, like the worst experience in my life? What if it's easier? What if it's simple? What if it's not as hard as I thought? That's the reality check. Plus, it's reframing the thing. Number 5 is practice micro commitment. For example, as I said earlier, I would say, okay, I'm committing to filming myself for 10 minutes no matter what, and I'm gonna gonna edit that and then post it. If you're writing an essay, it could be, okay, I'm committing to opening the document and writing the first paragraph. A more general example would be cleaning. If you have to clean your room, the kitchen, and the bathroom, and you're procrastinating, practicing micro-commitment would look like, okay, I'm going to spend 30 minutes cleaning the bathroom. The key to micro-commitment is having some sort of number, something you can measure. So for example, I said 1 paragraph, 10 minutes of filming myself, cleaning for 30 minutes. Number 6, very important, start before you're ready. Because the truth is, if you wait till you're ready, you never will do the thing. You'll never feel ready. This is a mindset shift I'm trying to implement myself. It's that you don't wait for motivation, you create it. So the reasoning behind the micro-commitment and this starting before you're ready has to do with building momentum or creating momentum. The bathroom example. If you commit to 30 minutes of cleaning the bathroom, by the time those 30 minutes pass by, you're gonna be like, this wasn't as hard as I thought, or this wasn't as annoying as I thought, so I'm just going to continue cleaning because you've built a momentum, so you're just going to keep going. And the last step is to reinforce the win. This is about rewiring your brain by saying things like, oh, this wasn't as hard as I thought. Oh, this was easier than I thought. It's like reinforcing this a new belief that you're trying to believe in your brain. Wow, I thought it was going to take me an hour, but it just took me 30 minutes. Something to rewire your brain and get rid of the old mindset, the old belief. This is also helpful for the next time. Let's visualize what the new loop looks like. Awareness. You notice that you're procrastinating. Emotional regulation. You regulate yourself with the first, 4 steps that we talked about. Then you take a small action, which is the micro commitment. Then comes the relief. You know, before the relief came from avoiding the task and the emotions, but now since you feel good and safe enough to do the thing and you're taking action, even if it's a small step, you feel relieved. So the relief now came from a different, healthier source. And lastly, you build momentum. Lastly, this is the takeaway I want you to stay with, and it also works as a friendly reminder. You don't need to feel good to start, you just need to feel safe enough. But you don't wait, you make yourself feel safe. Now you may be wondering, how am I going to make myself feel safe enough to start? That's exactly what the steps were for. I promise you that by just acknowledging what's going on and what you are going through, you're already making yourself feel safe enough to get started. Now, if we're being honest, maybe this won't happen in the first attempt, but the important thing is that you're aware of it and that you want to change, that you want to do different, and that you want to prioritize your well-being. I created an infographic with the anti-procrastination guide I just talked about. In case you want to get it, you want to save it, it's in the link below. I've also done some research on perfectionism and the link to procrastination, so if you'd be interested in a video on that topic, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for the 500 subscribers. I can't believe my channel has been growing. Makes me super happy. I just know that I couldn't fit this many people in my room right now, so thank you so much for your support, and to everyone who leaves comments, and you got this. Bye.